What's up everybody and welcome to a Monday morning in Hong Kong. Check out this interesting art near my place. So I'm up early today and the traffic is already buzzing because Hong Kong is always so busy, but I want to get to one of the famous tourist attractions here before all of the crowds do. So my first stop of the day is going to be the giant Buddha. I first have to take the E22 bus towards Sky City. Useful app in Hong Kong is called Octopus, and you can use it for all the public transportation. Even so many of the stores and restaurants and everything take Octopus as well to pay for things. And from where I'm staying in the Kwun Tong area, it's going to take me like 2 hours and 20 minutes to get to the Buddha. Bus number 1 took a little bit over an hour already, and now I have to find the second bus, which is the number 23. One thing about Hong Kong is that it's definitely a little bit overwhelming. It's so loud, so many people, there's construction happening everywhere. The amount of cranes I've seen is ridiculous. So my first impression is that it's definitely an urban place and you shouldn't come if you want tranquility, but I'm hoping that when we get closer to the Buddha, it'll be a lot more relaxing, but we'll see. So this bus took about another hour or so I've been traveling around 2 hours to get here. There is a little bit of an easier way to get here with the cable car, but it's like 10 or 15 times the price. So if you know anything about me or this channel, you know we're going on the budget route. So the bus was pretty cheap and easy to use, so can't complain too much, and the views are gonna be epic. Here is what the entrance to this area looks like, and then you can see the Buddha right there. Wow. So the first thing to know is that even though the buses were busy, it's definitely not very crowded out here right now. It's 10 a.m. so it's just opening and it's a Monday. So I think I came at a good time. There's just people doing work right now, but it looks pretty cool. This is honestly an incredible moment. You have this beautiful building behind me here, then this stunning architecture, and then the mountain with the backdrop. And then you turn this way and there's the Buddha. Beautiful. I'm also pretty excited because it looks like there's so many stairs to go up, and it's only 10 a.m. so it's not the midday heat in Hong Kong. It gets so hot here. So there's a ton of people and you're in the middle of the day. It's gonna be brutal out here. Time to start going up the steps. So bear with me, but what I understand is this is the largest bronze statue of the sitting Buddha that's outside in the entire world. I know that's a lot to take in, but that's what I understand about this statue. And if you watched my other video recently from Fukuoka, Japan, I was just at the largest reclining bronze Buddha in the entire world in Fukuoka. So that's pretty interesting to me that I'm just seeing these giant bronze Buddhas out here. It is absolutely massive. And here is the view from the top. Honestly, this is an absolutely incredible experience. I'm so glad I came here. I can't really tell if the camera is doing justice for how big this actually is too. And then on the other side you get views of the water. Right now I'm directly below the Buddha. I could actually touch it here and it's just so impressive, and you had to walk through the inside of it to get up to this point, and there's signs everywhere saying no cameras, no videos. So I will respect that on the inside, of course, but wow, it's windy up here and just very, very cool. Back down the steps I go, and I highly recommend a weekday morning visit if you can, because there's almost no one here right now, so it's very, very relaxed. And we are on the grounds of the Po Lin Monastery. Beautiful. This is the place to come for a little peace in Hong Kong. Sometimes when I'm traveling, I get so caught up in the moment that I don't really feel like filming because I'm just enjoying it and taking it all in. That's what happened here at the Po Lin Monastery. I was in there for a while and I was the only person visiting at the time, so it was a very, very cool experience, and I just was there soaking it all up, and now I've left again. I see the Buddha and more people are starting to ascend, so it's getting busier, and now I'm done here and I'm gonna head back to the bus. Bus 1 down, but this time I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I'm gonna take the subway into the city center to grab some lunch, and maybe I'll even take a boat on the Victoria Harbour. The metro here is just so clean and safe, and every time I use it, I just like wonder why the US can't do this. Do you see a piece of garbage anywhere here? Try that in New York City. And then they have these doors here that only open when the train shows up, so no one can ever risk falling onto the tracks or anything. So here I am in central Hong Kong now, a lot more chaotic. I might try and go into this place, Central Market, and see if there's any food. Extremely busy in here. A lot of this looks good, but I'm not really sure how to order. It is incredibly busy down here, and there's nothing really speaking to me at the Central Market, so I'm gonna try and find something else on the street and see what we come up with. Wow, so much good looking food here. Everyone's eating. I might go into this place. It's gonna be a bunch of picture menus with curry on it. So I guess that's what I'm gonna get. I might get the curry, beef brisket, and rice, and it's 56 Hong Kong dollars. Very interesting setup. Here is my curry and beef brisket rice. So for that dish and a can of Coke, it cost me 63 Hong Kong dollars, which is about $8 US or so. But it was definitely one of those meals that would make Americans' head explode, because they sat me at a table with all random strangers and we're just looking at each other, and there's people everywhere and it's very, very chaotic. So it was very authentic and good. And now I want to find the waterfront and maybe take the ferry onto the water to get some epic views of the skyline here. It is absolutely chaotic in this part of the city during the middle of the day. Like the juxtaposition between being at the Buddha before and now being here during this lunchtime is wild. I swear too that half the city is under construction. A huge construction site over there, a big one here as well. Probably the same building, but everywhere you go, you just see people working on construction projects and stuff. So I'm trying to get this ferry, and the footpath is closed, so they gave this whole detour map to try to get there, and I have to follow this to get to the piers. It looks like this is why it's closed. Don't get me wrong though, I'm not saying I don't like Hong Kong, because it's very, very cool. It's like an epic city to be in, and I'm glad that I'm visiting right now. All I'm saying is that it is very stimulating. So I guess there's no other way to walk over there, so I'm still following this detour to the ferry pier. Have to go around the bus station. All right, I've made it to the piers. Now let me show you these views. And I'm gonna take the Star Ferry from pier number 7 across the water. So you either can get tickets from this machine over here, or pay with your Octopus card, or there's some e-payment options as well. Okay. And how much is?
$4.
It's $4. Okay,
Yeah,
Octopus.
$4. Just coming, you can go.
Perfect, thank you. And she said it's just pulling in now, so we're all about to board. This is where I came from. You got the big Ferris wheel over there too, which is awesome. This is a very cool experience that you can do in Hong Kong for only 50 US cents. And just like that, I've made it to the other side amongst all of these tourists snapping photos here. Alright, so this is going to be my last stop of the day for this video, and the skyline here is just endless. It goes forever and ever and ever across the water. I've heard there's a really cool light show here every single night at 8 p.m., so I might come back and do that. But wow, it's very, very impressive. The disappointment is real. I just came back so I could see the nighttime skyline views plus the Symphony of Light show, but they just announced over the loudspeaker that the light show is canceled tonight because bad weather is coming up. So that's pretty disappointing, but at least I can still experience the nighttime views because it is spectacular as well. So that being said, I'm going to end the video here. I really hope you enjoyed this day in Hong Kong and enjoy at least the skyline views.